Hello, guys, and welcome to our class for today. Today, we'll be discussing graphing in Excel, how to, which is how to plot graphs using Excel. Um, we cannot say we have done justice to Excel if we don't learn how to plot graphs. Part of the core uses of Excel is for data visualization, that is data plotting. So, we're going to be diving straight into that in today's video. So how do we plot graphs in Excel? The first thing I would like us to do is to understand that there are different types of graphs, and that each data set, the graph you plot determines on your kind of data set. So the next question is, how do we know which graph to plot in which scenario? Now, Excel has a very wonderful way to help you answer that. Excel has an AI built in that can show you which chart fits that your data set. Okay, let's jump straight into it and let's see what we have here. So these are first data sets for this, and in this data set we have different African countries and how much barrel of oil they export per year. Now this is a really live data set. Data created from Statistica. So this is the oil exports in barrel per million tons, and these are the country. So let's first of all, to plot your graph, the first thing you need to do is to highlight the columns you want to plot. Finish highlighting this. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go to insert. Now let's see what, now this is what I mean by the recommended chart. So let's see what they recommended for us. I think this should be perfect, and I click OK. Okay, so I can come here and modify my chart area. Now, but before I start that, anytime you click on your chart, two things are going to pop up. But anytime I click on this chart 2 will pop up, and we're going to have chart design and format. Now, these two things are used to design this chart. Now, if you're using maybe version 2010 and downward, it's going to be 3 tools you're going to see here. You're going to see chart design, format, and then you're going to see layout. But in 2013 upward, they decided to remove layout from there. How to see that is that if you click on any particular tool here, you double click on it. If you click on this, why is it not showing? If you double click on any side here, the layout is going to pop up here. Now it's going to come out specifically, setting specifically for what you highlighted is going to pop up here. For instance, if I click here, I see in format chart area, chart title. If I click here, format major grid lines. If I want to change the grid lines maybe to be 2020 and all that, if you check here, you're going to see a lot of all the formats you can do to your grid lines. Okay, there are so many things we can do, so many that somebody might need to do. Here also is still under what you are still formatting major green lines. If I come here, format axis, if I want to format this axis for whatever reason, you will see reasons to format it. If I click here, you'll see still format axis and all that, tick marks, whether you want major and minor marks, so many things that we could do with this. So I'll just allow you to play around with this, but as time goes on, I'm going to be using some of them even for this video. So let's continue. So the next thing we have here is let's change this thing to African oil exports. Let's say we want I think this is pretty much okay. This is pretty much what we want. and then we're good to go. We're good to go. If there's any other thing you want to do, remember you can always tweak this. These are major chart elements. If you click on any of them, for instance, your axis title, your data label, your data table, error bars, legends, and trend lines, and all that. So, but I think we're good to go from here. Let's say we want to calculate the percentage that each country is exporting out of the total 100%. So what do? We're going to click equals to this divided by our total. That is the formula for percentage, right? The ratio then times 100. But I'm not going to be multiplying by 100. I'm going to show you how to reflect that in your graph. Then now if I click enter and I autofill, watch, you notice that I'm having division by 0. Why? Because the autofill is doing, this one is doing this divided by down, and this one is doing this next one divided by the downward. Remember, we learned how to create this. In case you want to autofill, I mentioned it that autofill is a very good concept, but there is a hack around it. When you want to be using a particular figure, remember I told you that we're going to use F4 to make that figure to stop changing. So what do? I'm going to click equals to this divided by this, but this time around I'm going to apply F4 to put in $sign in front of the C and $sign in front of the 16. If your F4 does not put that $sign for you, put the $sign manually, then click enter. So now if you try to autofill it now, you'll notice that it's going to give you the percentage for each section. Now all I need to do is to change this column to percentage for me to see the level of the percentage. If I want, I can remove it from percentage, but that's basically what there is to it. But I want to remove it from the percentage because I want to show you guys one of the ways we can format this graph. We can do that even from the graph. So from this now, I want to highlight the country and the percentage. Now watch carefully. I'm going to highlight down this way. After highlighting this, I want to skip the middle one and continue with the other one. What do? I'm going to hold Control, then come and click here. Then I'll continue highlighting. Sorry, I highlighted this. Control, click on this. Don't remove your hand from the control, then shift, then highlight this too. And what's happening? Let me try that again. Sorry. Okay. Hand on control. Click here. Highlighted this. Hand on control. Click here. Put my hand back on shift. Sorry, the changes. When you are trying to highlight the second part, your hand should be on control. Then when you click there, then continue highlighting. That's just it. It's not really a big deal. Sorry for what just happened. I was actually not placing my hand properly. But let's see what it's going to recommend for us. I'm suspecting it's supposed to give us. Let's use a pie chart. So now this is the pie chart for this graph. We can make this, we can move this to a chart area, a full sheet just for the chart. Alright, so let's say we want to push our legends. I want our legends to be by the right. Okay, I want this legend to be bigger. Okay, and then can definitely come here, make the text bigger. Okay. Then something else I want to do is that I want this data set to show. So I'm going to show data labels. I want them to be more options so that we could work on it better. I want it to be on percentage. So this is what I was saying. We can change it to percentage right here. So we can make this to be percentage and make it to be to 0 decimal place. So values and category name. So I want to be saying what each country represents. Do we need the values? Okay, if you want, you can show the values. If you want, you can remove the values here. If you just want only the country to be there, then we can go to home and then let's make this bigger. Then let's make it bold. I think that's good to go. So that is just it about this. Let's go back to our data set. So with this, you can copy this out anywhere and do what you want to do right here. So in pie chart like this stuff is very important, very important in charts that has a lot to do. When there are several values, you need to put this legend so that people can know what each one represents. This data, let me see whether I can work on it better again. Let's go inside. Okay, this is not better. Outside end. Okay, this is not too good. Call out. Okay, I think we can leave this call out. It's better. Let's make it bigger. Although some are blocking. Alright, so but this is just basically what there is to it. You could still play around with it. Maybe some of these ones that are small, you could push them around so that they could mix with the big ones so that you will not have to strain your eyes to see them. So and that is it about our first line, our first data. Let's look at data set. Okay, so this is our second data set. This data set is more like a time series data set. We have years, annual rainfall for this country, the real data set, average rainfall in inches. I believe you have seen this data set before. This was the assignment I gave earlier, and I just wanted us to describe maybe so average rainfall, variance of rainfall, standard deviation, minimum, maximum, and all those basic descriptive statistics. But nonetheless, let's continue with what we have here. We are going to jump straight into and drawing this graph. So which graph do you think is going to fit for this data set? Remember, let's check out what Excel is recommending for us. Personally, when it comes to time series graph, line graphs are actually the best. But let's see what they have for us here. Boom, they also gave us the first two suggestions are what line graph. So I think we can work with their line graph. And that is what they gave us. I think we don't need this here, so we can delete this. We don't need that here. Okay, maybe we can put it. I just want to make sure that any this thing I'm doing are things that are actually necessary. I don't like the fact that it's too congested. So rather than removing it totally, I just thought of why don't we make it to be for some years. Let's make the interval to be 10. What could it be here? You can work change all that from here. I'm trying to recall now. See here, no, it's not here. And out, see here, no. See here, no. It's here. This the only issue that is recording live now. But it's good that you're seeing how to do it. I don't expect you to cram everything, but what I expect is that if you want to do something, you should know where to do it, and then should know. You should know where it is located in. So, what could be the problem? What could be the problem? There's a way to do it. I done this severally. I don't know why. See from this interval. Okay, I'm thinking because here it's seeing it as general, not necessarily as a number. So let me change this to a number. Decimal place. We don't need decimal place. These are years, and we don't need this separator. This and this. Then I think this should work now. If I should say I want an interval of 5 years. Perfect. I think this is much more better. Is that okay? Let me make it 1. Okay, it has 2015 there. I really wanted the last one to show, but nonetheless, so I won't waste time on this again. I think 5 should be okay. Yes, 5 should be okay. Let me say 4. Alright, let's leave it at 5. So this is basically how we tweak around it. It's good that you guys saw how we do this. It's not that nobody has actually crammed the whole process, but the good thing is that if we see it, we will know where to go to be able to attend whatever issue we want to attend to. So that's just the idea. The idea is to teach you how to do it, not just to feed you with fish. Teach you how we source for information, how we play around with it till we actually get what we want. So that's why I love teaching live, so that I could see the pains and how everything is done. Now this is the third data set, and this is a data set I was privileged to analyze for Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, Kebbi State, and it's just a very simple one. They said challenges. This is just one of the graphs I drew for them, and I decided to bring it up here so that you could see how how to plot this kind of graph in Excel, and also majorly because of the power of recommended charts. Remember, I said 90% of the time recommended charts are correct. So this is one of the questions they were asked: challenges you face with CN registration, CP community pharmacies, and patent medicine store. We have different. Okay, for us to see everything, let me just put it. This in our first video. I think I showed this. Just come to format, also fit column width, and have your distance. Say logistics, the distance between office. So these are the different issues people grumble about that stop them from preventing. Although it's quite unlike Nigeria, but most people say there were no challenges with their registration. So let's see what these guys are going to recommend for us. Excel. I think I know what to expect here. Bullseye. So we can either go for this or we go for this. So in this case, let's take one. I don't like the one that bends this way. So I think that AI did a very good work. Challenges you face with PCN registration, CP, and challenges you face with PMS. So for each of them, we have different values. For instance, if I come here now and increase this to 0.5 and maybe increase this to 0.3, let me see, increase this to 1. So are you seeing that it helps you to be able to quickly compare both of them, between CP and the other guys, to help you to compare quickly between both of them? And then let me make this 0.1. So automatically, as you are clicking on this, the graph is automatically changing. So this is just in this kind of situation when you want to compare two things, I believe me, this is gonna be the best graph that you will need at this point, and that was what Excel widely recommended for us. So let's so that is it about our graphing. Let me still change this. That is it about our graphing. So let me change this. That's it about our graphing, and see you guys in our next class, and bye for now.